Good afternoon, everyone. I am privileged and honored to address the who is who of Trivandrum, or the cream of this capital city. This is my second interface with this team, I think, more or less the same format. And my name is John Brittas. Now I am John the Baptist. Biblically, because I am waiting for the Jesus Christ, that is Shashi Tharoor. Yeah. Sir, I said your name, sir.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Hearty welcome to our MP, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Lok Sabha MP from Trivandrum. Thank you, sir.
My senior colleague, if he hasn't heard what I said, though my name is John Brittas, now I'm acting as John the Baptist, because paving way for the Jesus Christ to come. That is Shashi Tharoor. I'm glad that there is I would say, a prolonged and energetic engagement with regard to the development of Trivandrum city. I feel that the time is ripe for accelerated development. I was just going through the projects that would be making a lot of changes for us, for the future generation. Now, Rajesh Jai is here. If the government of Kerala had blinked once, Vizhinjam Port would have had a demise. You know that, what I am trying to say that. Now, the investment in Vizhinjam Port, it should be something like to the tune of 8,000 crore, right? Minimum 8,000 crore. And you're all top-notch corporate management personnel, you know that. 1:6 is the multiplier effect of the investment in infrastructure. So that comes to something like 50,000 crore. The impact on the ground on account of Vizhinjam Port would be simply 50,000 crore. Then there comes a ring road. I know many of these people. I have seen, where is baby? Somandiram baby. My friend is here. I know a lot of people are buying land there already now. Najib, you would have bought, I'm sure about it. The investment is something like 5,000 crore there. So it simply means that 25 to 30,000 would be the impact on the ground. I'm just citing 2-3 examples. Then there comes the national highway development. I'm sure that one of the reasons why Dr. Shashi Tharoor admire my chief minister is because Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan had the will to put his 2 feet down and say that, come what may, we will go ahead with this national highway project. He knows that both of us are in Delhi. We know how the central government responds to situations. And let me just tell you that I was part of the delegation which called on Gadkari thrice or more than that, half a dozen times, with regard to this imbroglio on this national highway. And at that time, Gadkari had told Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, Pinarayi Saab, sirf aapko kar sakte, only you can do it. Dr. Shashi Tharoor, you agree with me, I am sure about it. 50%. It was 100%, but the elections are nearing, so it has come down to 50%. I understand his political compulsions. I do understand, sir. See, on one occasion, I remember that. See, we didn't understand what could be the exact problem. Despite the fact that we are offering to facilitate acquiring the land, and there was something which was happening at the side of the National Highway, Surface Transport Ministry. And one day, in one of the interface, Gadkari said, look, it's not a call which I need to take. Even from the PMO, there are certain channel of communications with regard to the project of National Highway Development in Kerala. And he said, you have been coming to me on and often, but let me just tell you what is the issue. Unless Kerala government pitch in to share the cost of the land acquisition, we will not be in a position to take up this project. End clause. I would tell you one. In a span of 12 days, the cabinet met, took the decision to share the 25% of the cost of the land acquisition, that is something like 6,000 crore. Even Gadkari was baffled. How could you manage that? But let me just tell you, there was a small team. I was also part of the team because I was an advisor to the Chief Minister at that time. So we were just contemplating. Just Pinarayi said, if you are not doing it, it would be the end of Kerala. End of Kerala, you know that. See the small patch of bypass this side. The city actually swung into this side. And Vijayaraghavan was telling me that something like 20,000, 22,000 crores of investment came to this place because of this bypass which was here. You will speak, I'm sure about it. But we don't have any area of disagreement, sir. Yeah. He would be talking about the political culture, I'm sure about it. I also share that agony. I remember last time we were meeting, I told Shashi Tharoor also, Mr. Shashi Tharoor, look, when this Vizhinjam protest was going on, please don't be a onlooker, you have an active role to play. I told him, actually. He was little skeptic whether to step in or not because of the political issues which are involved. Very sensitive class of people that are on the forefront. Now, I have been traveling from the north of Kerala. Last month I was extensively traveling, Kasaragod, Kannur. There is a bus now. There is a bus. The sense, I couldn't even identify the places where I groomed. I got myself groomed or studied or I grew up. Completely the geography, topography, everything has changed drastically. Drastically, I'm telling you. Even now, if you travel from Trivandrum to Koiluvan, you can't even recognize certain places. So this is a change that is going to come up. I'm sure that 3 years' time, this trunk road, the lifeline, would change Kerala drastically. Rajesh Jha, let me just tell you one thing. You have been managing a lot of people. One of my friends in one of the agencies in Mumbai, who is monitoring television channels and newspapers, he gave me a dossier. Please trust me. The dossier says that during the Vizhinjam agitation, by a section of people, they would be right in their own cause. 82% of the news reportage, 82%, Tharoor Sahab, 82% was against this project. You people would be hobnobbing with all these media honchos. Let me just submit that. Hardly 20% of the reports were in favor of this Vizhinjam port. Even many of those people who are pretty close to the Chief Minister said, why do you want to take a great political risk, huge risk, when the elections are in the offing? I'm sure that all of us would have actually blinked at the sight of this agitation. I am not speaking anything great about anybody. I'm just telling you what is the reality of Kerala. Think about if the government of Kerala had blinked for a second, Kerala would have been denied. Trivandrum would have completely got dried up on that front. Now you talk in terms of the port coming to be a reality, taking on Colombo, Dubai, Singapore, I don't know who are all. See, we all would be guilty in one way or the other way. I'm sure I'm making a confession. We all would be guilty in one way or the other way. Pulling back Kerala. But now, at least we are late now. Let us have the resolve to make sure that we strive ahead. I get grossly inspired to interact with you. You know why? Because you are people on the ground. You understand. He was there the other day in the show of, Chief Minister. I actually referred to his book, the negativism that has been built up on Kerala. It's not an investment-friendly state. Whereas the person who has passed through the agony, ecstasy, he speaks out his experience with regard to the investment in Kerala. Rajesh Jha, did any politician ask you any money in Kerala? I'm challenging you. I'm asking you. No. That's it. That's it. Political corruption in Kerala is nil. Whereas you go to any other state, Karnataka, my friend was campaigning, across the state. Congratulations, sir. It's your victory too. Yeah, good results. I'm happy that at last the Congress is using him. Yeah, that's a thing. So, there the main campaign was 40% there. 40% Sarkara. That was the campaign. I would say, I have never come across anybody who says that there is a political corruption, people asking money for investing. If you're starting a hotel in Tamil Nadu, I'm sure about that, counting the numbers of the rooms, they will charge you. What is the money you have to shell out? So I'm just telling you, there is a narrative now. There is a narrative that is happening. So I've just cited 2-3 projects. Now comes the waterway. Any state, can it be proud of the waterway we have? If you develop the waterway, Trivandrum would be something like Venice, or I won't say, would be submerged in water, but I would say it would be facilitated by a very cheap mode of transport. Waterway. It can take you to Kasaragod. There are a lot of bottlenecks there, but still I feel that it's a project for the future. The rail connectivity, national highway development, ring road, Viഴിഞ്ഞം port, and airport that has been, on a platter we have fanned over to you. Adani Group, you are there. And now if you mess up, it would be your own issue, I would tell you that. Yeah, you will have to, pump in a little more money here, I'm sure about it. And be competitive about that. Try to, expand the catchment area of the airport. Like what Sial does, give, certain concessions to those people in landing, lodging, everything like that. The London flight of Air India was brought to Kochi by profusely giving concessions to the airlines, which you also should do. You tell your brothers in the airport vertical. And Life Science Park, where is he? Life Science Park, yeah. He is leading that life science, that vertical. Pharma, medical devices. There comes the Technocity. I'm seeing a huge potential for Trivandrum to fly. Our wings have been clipped, or rather, we have been not allowed to fly now. Now at least we are taking off. Let us use this opportunity. I don't want to speak much more because the person who is representing Trivandrum has every right to speak about that. But I would say that the knowledge economy which we are ushering in, I would underline that point also. Let's be very clear. We are special. We should not underestimate the capacity of being a Malayali. We are special. We have surpassed that threshold. We are ready to be some pioneers of a knowledge economy. We should usher in that. And many of us are a little reticent or skeptic about that. I would say we shouldn't. See, as a journalist, as a member of parliament, I have been crisscrossing India. I've traveled to every part. Let me just tell you one thing. I have never seen a patch of land like, say, Kerala, 3.5 crore population, thinking beyond caste and other parochial sentiments, people cannot distinguish a Muslim, a Christian, a Hindu. We have a thought process of harmony. We don't fight across. And the extent of, I would say, the social capital that we have generated. Has any other state created this much of social capital? During the floods, we were together, shouldering. Why the social capital? During the COVID, the social capital. Which state, which country in the world has this much of social capital? It's not tangible to us. We don't understand the value of it. But it is, I would say, 1,000 times more important, relevant than the capital which you bring to the ground. This is where we have to build up. And knowledge is something which nobody can take you, snatch you from. It's something which is in you. The quality of being a Malayali. We will not be a Manipur, I can assure you that. We will not be a Manipur. What is the purpose of getting hundreds of people looted and killed? We will be the most peaceful state, and that is the social capital which Kerala can proclaim. Now, let me just tell you, in hindsight, we had so many issues. And self-critically, when I assess it, I told, on the outset that this is a self-critical reminiscence too. There are a lot of cameras here. I have no hesitation to say that. The biggest stumbling block for the development of Kerala is the media in Kerala. I have not come across an instance wherein the media of Kerala has prodded the government to go for a development scheme. Instead, the media of Kerala has filled negativity, has been trying to derail governments from taking up development projects. We have come to this stage despite the media, not because of the media, despite the media. I have no hesitation, no compunction telling that. Even if the media, run amok against me, I have no issue at all. Let me be just candid. The administrators, the politicians, the businessmen are much more forthright. I told you, 82% of negative reportage on Vizhinjam when that agitation was there. Can you ever imagine media being reckless in any other state? In any other state? The National Highway Development. I told Mr. Ummanjandi, there was a small interface with, we had. I told Mr. Ummanjandi when he was the Chief Minister, I said, sir, I may not share your politics, but if you are bold enough to, take up this National Highway project, myself and my channel would be behind you. We will never ever give a negative report on that. You can check up with him or check up with his team. I told you. See, can you imagine a representatives of the political parties, a delegation going to Delhi to say that we don't want roads? That's the biggest joke, which I think it's something it is being talked about again and again, saying that that was the first time when Dr. Manmohan Singh had a hearty laugh, and the last time too. The leaders from Kerala are going to Delhi to say that we don't want roads. Even then, we had the resilience to, come back. So this is a time when we need to take off. Let us be very clear about it. We have a lot of shortcomings which we need to tread ahead to understand how to resolve it. But this is a ripe time, and I know areas like waste management, there are areas like that, the culture has to change. But now we are competent, or rather we are convinced about the fact that we have the ability to move ahead. Let us use this as a springboard. And if everything goes well, more than 1 to 1.5 lakh crore will be invested in Trivandrum in coming 5 years. in infrastructure and other sectors, which would take this capital city as one of the best cities in India. Thank you very much.